Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is an important update from the Ukrainian front. Why is it important? Because the Ukrainians are claiming the Russians are attacking Ukraine on 9 oblasts as well as 5 fronts offensive operation, and they talk about Bakhmut as well. Bakhmut is almost surrounded, encircled, and Ukrainians already called for some troops to withdraw in the middle of the night. So that tells me that things are over there. Anyway, let's go and start with the first article. I got 3 articles, 2 from the Ukrainians, 1 from the Russians. So this is the first one from the Ukrainians, Ukrainska Pravda. Russians advancing on 5 fronts, trying to surround Bakhmut. General Staff report. The other one from the Kiev Independent. All 3 are from March, or 3 of them are from March 3rd. Russian attacks across 9 Ukrainian oblasts, killed 5, injured 25 over the past 24 hours. And the other one is the regular bullet update, again from the 3rd of March 2023. So let's start with the Ukrainians. Russians launched 30 air and 6 missile attacks, as well as over 20 attacks using multiple launch rocket systems during March 3rd. So this information was the evening information on March 3rd. They usually do it in the morning at 7, and the other one is between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So this is the night update, the evening update. The General Staff noted that Russian forces are focusing their main efforts in conducting offensive operations on the Kupiansk, Liman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and Shakhtarsk front. So these are right here. This where you see these black bullets right here. These are the ones. This is Bakhmut right here, Avdiivka, and here's Vuhledar, but they don't mention it right there. So let's go back. Quote, on the Kupiansk and Liman fronts, this is north right here, in this area. Where is it? Russian forces continue to conduct offensive operations in the vicinity of Bilohorivka, Luhansk Oblast, and Spirnia, Donetsk Oblast. They were unsuccessful, of course. So this is Luhansk, this is Donetsk. So they're talking about this area. So anyway, let's not go back and forth too much. Where you see those black things here, this is where, according to the Russians, this is the military offensive with, troops meeting troops face to face. The blue stuff is Ukrainian shelling of Russian positions. The yellow bullets are the ones where the Ukrainians use UAVs, drones and airplanes and something like that. And when you have the red ones right here, this is where the Russians blow up Ukrainian positions. All right, so now we know this is where the troops are going. Nothing else, nowhere else. There's no troops, advancing anywhere else but in Luhansk, Donetsk. And that's it. Let's move to these guys. On the Bakhmut front, the enemy does not stop trying to surround the city of Bakhmut. During the day, our defenders repelled numerous attacks in the areas of Vasyukivka, Dobovo, Vasilivka, and Bakhmut, Donetsk Oblast. As I said, I covered that extensively this morning with 3 articles, 3 videos regarding what's happening on Bakhmut front. With the Ukrainians withdrawing their troops, Yevgeny Prigozhin from Wagner saying, yeah, we almost encircled, technically these guys are encircled, we're gonna just destroy them if they don't get the hell out. On the Avdiivka and Shakhtarsk front, the enemy unsuccessfully attacked the positions of our troops near the areas of Krasnohorivka, Kamyanka, Avdiivka, Marinka, and Pobieda. Russian forces are on the defensive on the Zaporozhye and Kherson fronts. All right, so they claim this is Zaporozhye and this is Kherson. So south, these two, the Russians are in defensive, but nobody, how should I put it, advances. It's just bombardments, boom, boom, bam, bam. Nothing goes forward with their, with infantry. Detail, Russian forces are on defensive. Okay, trying to improve their tactical positions for offensive operations. That tell me they are getting ready to attack you from the south. Not good news for you. The General Staff also reported that Ukrainian air forces carried out 5 strikes on the areas of concentration of Russian troops and equipment during the day. The defenders also shot down a Russian Sukhoi-34 aircraft and Zala-type UAV. Let's see what the Russians saying. What did they hit? They usually, when they show this kind of rockets here, they say Russian air defenses shot down several Ukrainian drones. The same thing. Let's see here. The same. So this is the drones. They say the Russians here. The same thing. Let's see if here. Drones. Drone. And that's it. Let's move to the next article, the next Ukrainian article, which is from the Kiev Independent, March 3rd, 2023. Russian attacks across 9 Ukrainian Oblasts killed 5, injured 25 over the past 24 hours. Russian attacks were reported in Donetsk, Kherson, Kharkiv, Sumy, Mykolaiv, Chernihiv, Zaporozhye, Dnipropetrovsk, and Luhansk Oblast in the east, south, and north of Ukraine. So let's go to, this is Dnipropetrovsk here. So Chernihiv is right here. Russians call it Chernigov. Chernihiv, and then they Sumy, Kharkiv, Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, Kherson, Dnipropetrovsk over here, and Nikolai. This, I don't know how you call this. What is this? I'm not familiar with this one. I don't know if this is Kherson. This is Kherson. No, this is Kherson right here. So anyway, this is what I know about this. Let's move back here. So 9 oblasts. According to local authorities, 5 people were killed, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, what can I say? And they're going to tell us about civilians being killed, but by Russians. But Ukrainians never hit any civilians because their rockets are just when they about to hit a civilian or something, they just stop and turn 180 and just go into space. Russia hit 7 settlements in the region, damaging and destroying multiple houses and high-rises, according to Kirilenko. Russian troops struck Kherson Oblast 65 times. Kherson, right here, Oblast, 65 times. Let's see what the Russians are saying. Ukrainian forces shelled the village. So no, according to Russians, nothing happened in Kherson. Slackers. Anyway, let's go here. No, not the first one, second one. So Kherson Oblast 65, killing 1 person, injuring 17. Kherson Oblast military administration said blah blah blah. Later that day, the administration reported another Russian attack on Kherson, wounding, okay. Russian troops hit 3 districts in Kharkiv Oblast with artillery and mortars, killing, okay, old people. All right, Kharkiv is right here. Kharkiv, the Russians call it Kharkov, but this is Kharkiv Oblast. This is the city of Kharkiv, Kharkov, right. The attacks also damaged in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Dnipropetrovsk Oblast is, where are you? Right here. Dnipropetrovsk. This is right here. Dnipropetrovsk, that's the city over here. Russian forces shelled the district of Nikopol 2 times overnight. Zaporozhye Regional State Administration reported that civilian infrastructures in 16 settlements in Zaporozhye Oblast was under Russian fire. Now, Russian troops struck the Orchakiv community on the Black Sea coast in Mykolaiv Oblast several times. So, community in Black Sea, Mykolaiv Oblast. Right here is Mykolaiv. I'm guessing this is Nikolaev, that's Mykolaiv, but that's the Black Sea right here, so I'm assuming they're talking about this area right here, because this, I know this is Odessa Oblast right here. This part I know used to be Romanian, but hey, now it's Ukrainian, given to Ukraine, Jesus Christ. Anyway, the attacks damaged healthcare facilities, okay, we know that one. Earlier on March 2nd, Russian fired at 10 communities in Sumy Oblast. Sumy Oblast being in the north, whoops, is right here, Sumy, but that's on the 2nd. Doesn't mean that it doesn't count, but basically it's just shelling. And Russian troops hit 4 settlements in Chernihiv Oblast over the past 24 hours, according to the General Staff of Ukrainian Forces. It didn't provide information on casualties or damage. So they're talking about this, Chernihiv. All right, so That's an update on the Ukrainian front, coming from 2 Ukrainian sources and 1 Russian source. And Bakhmut, as I said, I covered it earlier today. It's all done over there. It's cleared. Not cleared. It's the deal is already signed and shipped out, or I don't know, mailed out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.